Hi guys, please let me know if you can hear me. Again, I'm waiting for Instagram to catch up. Okay, I see people joining in. Hi, sorry I have been mute for a few weeks. I just needed a time off. And sorry because I noticed that Lauren also went live, so I'm sorry if I'm just, if you cannot join me because you prefer to go to Lauren, it's okay. Anyway, hello again, everyone. I will be a bit rusty today because I have I haven't done this in like a few weeks, so thank you, Magda. So yeah, I'm just, again stressed and nervous, but let's start this. I still have a few questions left that I haven't answered in my latest live, so I will try to cover those. But first, let me update you on the LP hat, because the auction is currently finishing, I think in about an hour. Thank you so much. So yeah, there is. I think the highest bid now is like $4,600, and I know that there are three people who are very heavily bidding on this hat who want it very much. I think there is Angeles, Lisa Veligas, and one more person which I don't remember the handle, but I know the three of them are all very much want to win this hat, so we shall see. And I noticed that someone mentioned that maybe LP could donate two hats because those two people, I think those 2 or 3 people are, because they are, really want this hat. So someone mentioned, suggested that maybe LP could donate two hats, so those both people could win. So I think they are trying to maybe work this out somehow. So we shall see. Anyway, about an hour left, so we will see who will win this hat. And now for the questions. Someone asked me about Too Much. Is it a cover or LP song? It is definitely LP song. I don't know if I covered this in my latest live because I forgot. But if I haven't, so here's a reminder. It's LP song. It was leaked to the internet. LP doesn't know how the song got leaked. But yeah, it is definitely her song, written by LP, and it wasn't released officially. Someone just leaked it to the internet. Another question is about the Grey Days song. It hasn't been released yet. They wanted to release it in May, I believe. No, I think it was even in April 1st date, but because of the COVID and the whole situation, they decided to push the release date for, I think, 26th June. So in about a month, this full CD will be released with LP song. LP song will be last on the CD. And apparently, from what I've heard, it's really emotional, and really LP did a great job. I spoke to the producer of this song, and he was very amazed of LP's voice. And yeah, he said that she was a dream to work with, and I hope that he will follow up, because I've asked him for a few words about how the production went and how the whole process was with LP. So I really hope that he will follow up on that before the disc will be released, so I can share that his thought with you as well. And I also spoke to Grey Days band. Because they are really cool and very open, and they promised that there should be more video from the studio release. So I hope that they will do this as well, and that there should be more coverage from the studio with LP as well. So we shall see. So Grey Days disc with LP song. I forgot the name. Let me check. I've had it somewhere open here. Yeah, I just closed it. Okay, I won't be looking now. I know it's the last song on the CD, so you can check it. Um, Someone asked me how and when they adopted Orson. It was LP who adopted Orson. LP was still with her ex-girlfriend back then. I think it was around May in 2015. I couldn't find the parents of Orson. I know that LP, I'm sure she follows them on the Instagram. I think she even spoke with the people who breed this her Jesus her sorry, but you know what I mean. I'm stuck. I know that she spoke with the parent of her dog. You know how it sounds, but you know what I mean. But I cannot forget. Sorry, I cannot remember his handle. So, if anyone knows how what's his handle is, please let me know. But I believe she adopted him around May 2015 when she was still with her ex-girlfriend. So. When Lauren met LP, Orson was already in LP's life. So yeah, that's what I know. I don't know. Orson is now like 5 years old. Yeah, I think 5 years old. Someone asked me about LP's eyes color. We have covered that. How I felt the first time I met LP in person. The first time I met LP, it was in January 2017. It was quite like a few weeks after I found LP. It was like about a month, 2 months ago. 2 months, about 2 months later, since I found LP's music. And you know, I was very excited. I just remember because I went to Warsaw. Because you know I found LP in December when she came with a concert to Poland. I've heard her voice before, but usually I only listen to the radio in my workplace, and I work in the kindergarten, so you know how it is in kindergarten, it's very loud. And I remember hearing the song before when I was working. But back then, when I've heard it, like just you know, here and there, a few beats of the song, I just said to myself, "This girl, maybe it's like new Gwen Stefani song," and yeah, and when I found that it is LP, that's the artist name. That her name is LP. It was December 13, and I already was aware that LP was back then in Poland with 2 concerts, but obviously I've missed those two. So yeah, and in January they Jesus, I'm so bad today at this. She was invited to Poland with Unplugged concert to Radio Trójka, and they also decided to do a fan meeting at Empik in Warsaw. It's a music store. And at first, because I was trying really hard to win an invitation to the Trójka concert, because it was only an invitation, and you could only win this invitation by, you know, phoning to the radio, but it was impossible for me to do. I tried several times. I once got on the phone with the radio, but they said I phoned on the wrong hour, and they said that they cannot accept this right now, so that I should try again another time. But you know, it never happened. So yeah, anyway, when they announced that LP will be also in that music store, at first I was like, no, I don't think I should go. But then, because you know, Warsaw is like 3 to 4 hours from my place where I live. But then I said, how many times does it happen that you know, you meet someone, you find someone's music who impacts you so much, and then you can meet that person in like a month or two. So I've decided to, you know, I think it was like 2 days before the meeting with LP. I just, did everything I could so I could get to Warsaw, and yeah, I was still. It was also. I remember still struggling with anxiety and other things. So yeah, it was stressful for me, but at the same time, I was very determined to just go and do this. So yeah, I went to Warsaw. And I remember when I saw LP, when she came to that tiny stage, I was just amazed. She looked so pretty, so joyful, so fun, so eager to really meet her fans. And I just remember the excitement. I didn't feel like crying back then. I was just very excited and very happy to see her. And she was even more petite and more delicate in person than on the photos, but with equally powerful presence. She was just amazing, and I remember that she made a huge impact on me that day, and I was very happy that I was able to, just come up to her, say hello. I remember waiting in line for like an hour or maybe more, and then I stayed in that store until almost the end. I had to go back because I had my journey back home already pre-arranged, so I couldn't be till the very end. The meeting was supposed to last for an hour, then they pushed it for 2 hours, and LP decided to stay for I think 3 hours, for as long as she wanted to meet each and every person that came to that store that day. And yeah, so she stayed for like three and a half hours, and then from that place she went to Trójka to did that acoustic concert. So yeah, it was just really incredible feeling. I think it was on Sunday, yeah, and I was home very late, I think at about midnight, and the next day I had to be at work. But I remember just, I was so happy and excited, and yeah, and I've mentioned this before, that it was that day. I already had this idea of the blog already in my mind, but yeah, it was that day when it was like how do you say this? Someone from Poland helped me. Pieczątka. Jesus. Anyway, it was just like something like. That made this whole thing like reality for me, and I just couldn't push it back anymore any longer. And yeah, and I remember working from that day on my blog very heavily, and I've set up the whole thing and everything. So yeah, just excitement. That first time when I met LP, it was just very huge excitement and fun, and just joy that I was able to meet her, to see her in person, and to say thank you for her voice and for her song. So yeah, next few times were much more even impactful, and much more. I was even more like sensitive for the fact that I'm still that I'm again in LP's presence, but yeah, presence. But yeah, it's. I think many of you can relate to that, because many of you have been impacted by LP, equally powerful. So I think you know what I'm trying to say. Someone asked me how tall I am. I am actually very short. Oh yeah, that's another fact. When I met LP, because I've heard that she's like 160 centimeters. So, or I heard that she is like the same height as me, but she was actually a bit taller than me. Yeah, I was surprised by that. But she wears this boots with heels, not like high heels, but with heels on it. So I'm 158 centimeters. So yeah, I'm just a little bit shorter, like about 2 centimeters shorter than LP. I think I'm similar height to Lauren, if I'm not wrong, because Lauren also usually wears these heels on her feet, and I'm usually in my flats, because I cannot wear high heels for the life of me. I used to wear high heels only to dancing, but those were dancing shoes, so yeah, I was able to wear them for a longer period. But when I'm walking, going to work, or just walking in general, I hate high heels, and I only wear flat boots. So yeah, I'm a bit shorter than LP. Okay, next question. My favorite food, I think I've covered this several times, but let's say it one more time. It's pasta, pizza. I love also Polish food. I love things that are very sour. Um, I don't like sweets. I only drink my coffee sweet and my tea. I like coffee very sweet, tea not that much, but still sweet. And from sweets, I love Snickers. It's the only thing sweet that I eat. And as for food, I generally eat everything, but it has to be, good quality, and just it has to taste good. But yeah, I think even I was laughing because LP also said that she just loves pasta with tomato sauce, and it's also one of my favorite dishes. And when I'm traveling, my friends can attest to that. I usually order pasta and tomato sauce without meat, because it's the best for me. And also pizza. Pizza is always a good idea. What do I want to write about LP in 2 months? What do I want to write about LP in 2 months? Maybe that the tour is finally released, that we know the date for a new record, or perhaps that there already will be a new song released. I don't know. Since the COVID happened, I was just going with the flow. I was just, I was enjoying this downtime, because it's been a very stressful period in my work. It still is, and we are battling some issues in my workplace. So yeah, for me it was very much, welcome, that time to stay at home, stay at one place, and just to remove myself from everything else. Now I'm still working from home, but I'm actually waiting for the phone. I think I might be going back to work from Monday. My colleagues already are working in the kindergarten, not from home but from workplace. We are working in. It's just, it's a one huge mess. You know how it is when you work with children, because I work at kindergarten with kids, with small kids. We have only like one group at the moment with about 10, 11 11 kids. Yeah, and anyway, it's just, I'm still waiting for the phone. I don't know what will happen, and perhaps I will have to go back to work since from Monday. So yeah, we shall see. So I don't think I've answered this question. There is nothing, at the moment there's not much to write in this manner, that everyone is still mostly staying at home. I know that they are trying to open, that they are making those restrictions a bit less harsh, and so on. So I just don't know if there's anything that I would like to write. I've mentioned this before. I would love to interview LP at some point, but I haven't been pushing this idea very hardly. I just wait and see how it goes, because I think LP is. Even though she's at home, I think she's working very hard still, and she has many other commitments. And so yeah, I just I didn't ask her. I think I only asked her one time, and I haven't been mentioning this anymore, because there's still time. We won't be seeing each other this year, I don't think so. So yeah, I'm just trying to make it cool and wait and see if it happens. And if it happens, I will be very happy to do so. If not, you can please check my last interview with LP that took place about a year ago in Gdynia. It's on my YouTube, and if you could make it share and so on, because it has only like less than even 10,000 hits on YouTube. While my first interview and my second interview had like almost 60,000 hits. So yeah, it would be great if you could just give it a watch and share it with your friends, and let me know what you think about that last interview that I was able to do. It's very short. It's only like 6 minutes, because we were under very strict schedule. LP was under very strict schedule, so there was very little time. But I think I've tried to ask LP as many questions as possible. So yeah, if you could check it out and let me know, it will be great. You are, I think this was from Kailoikit. You are an experienced blogger. What are your tips for writing a great blog? Before I started blogging, I remember reading and being in touch with my favorite blogger at that time. It was Susan. She ran What Kate Wore blog, because I mentioned this also before. It all started for me in the royal world. It was a different era, different period for me, but yeah, it's all finished now. But back then, I was in touch with that person who ran a really successful blog. She was also a person who used to be in television, so she was very knowledgeable, very she used to talk to me and teach me some things, not like in practice, but I know that she was encouraging me to start my own blog, because I've started like first it was only I did this like a page on Facebook, and it was going very well, and she was encouraging me to start my own blog. But because it was a real world, and with pictures, you need to be very careful what you use on the blog. You cannot use just anything that is put on the internet. You have to be very careful. You have to mostly buy your pictures. And yeah, so I remember I've put it on hold for quite a few years, but I finally did it. I remember, because I was already sort of known in the real world at that time, and the photo agency that I met, they did a great deal for me, because they knew that the person that I'm covering is not covered as heavily by media, so I couldn't have a deal as expensive and as intricate as my friend that was doing a blog about Duchess of Cambridge. So yeah, but I was paying for the photos from my own paycheck. I was it was on the blogger. So yeah, you have to be very you have to know what you want to do. What do you want to write about? It must be something that you are passionate about, because people will know if you are faking it, and if you don't if you are not, devoted to that. And yeah, so you have to know and you have to feel the topic that you are writing about. Um, I remember my post about London made back then. It was in 2017. It was one of the posts I did from my own perspective, because it was after the acoustic gig I went to for LP to London, and I remember it was like. It had one of the biggest hits as far as the page goes, because it was, really written from my own perspective. I was finally able to write about my own experience. So yeah, it's people don't want to hear bullshit. People don't want to hear something fake. People are, I think people in general are yearning for authenticity and for being real and honest and open, and that's why I also trying to speak open and honest about my struggles with anxiety and depression, because I know someone wrote to me that maybe I shouldn't do this because I'm like sort of in public eye, because people know me from LP blog, and that maybe I shouldn't put it out as much in the background, but I've decided that I want to change the narrative, because I know that mental health has a huge stigma around it, and that many people simply do not understand what it is to deal with this sort of thing. And so I've decided, since I've been very open, honest, and I'm still are, and I remember how many years I've tried to even I couldn't even my mother couldn't comprehend what I was going through. She wasn't able to understand me, and it took really, I think, 8 years for my mother to understand. And it was only after I started therapy and started second medication. So yeah, I think people generally do not understand, because when they hear mental health, mental health, Boże, sorry, I spoke in Polish word. People generally do not understand mental health, that it is very important for each and every person, because when they hear mental health, they think about a place where everyone is under lock, and uh, that is a person that cannot it's like a mental institution. That's what we see, or that's the bad connotation for us, and it is not that, because mental health is like a very rubber room, exactly. And it is not that. Really, mental health is important for each and every person, but you don't actually realize it until you will start to struggle with mental health, and you start to struggle with something that is starting to be bigger than you and bigger than your problems. So yeah, it's very important for me, at least, to to talk about it openly and to change that narrative, and many people are starting to do so. And so I think it is very important, to educate people and to explain them, because like I said, my mother, it took her like 8 years to understand what help do I need, that I do need medication, because I remember she often said, but why do you take those pills? It's like it's not like they are helping, because even if you are on pills, it's not like it's not that you are feeling happy and great all the time. Even with pills, you can be still stressed and down and depressed and just don't feel great about yourself. So yeah, I remember there was this great video in which there are people it was to raise awareness for mental health. And there were people who were just, when someone breaks a leg, you don't tell that person, oh, come on, just what are you talking about? Just, stand up and move your leg. It cannot hurt that much, yeah? Or when someone has diabetes, you don't ask him, but why do you need those pills? Just don't eat sugar or eat sugar. And yeah, so in that sort of manner. So yeah, people need to realize that, mental health is as equally important as any other body part, because if your brain is not working as it should, then how you can work as a whole person, yeah, if your brain doesn't work as it should, your whole body is not working as it should as well, because your brain affects every single cell in your body. And yeah, and I remember, even when I was starting to having those depression like sort of episodes, it was like, you are in the state of mind that you feel so overwhelmed with everything and everyone around you. You need help. You want people to listen. You want people to notice, but at the same time, you hide from everyone. You feel like it's just too much. And yeah, I think it's very important topic. And if you would like my own personal journey and story about that, I could do this. If you are interested in in this topic, just let me know in private, and I can do just this talk where I can be speaking more in detail about what I suffer from and how I suffered from it, how I'm dealing with this, and what I'm doing to to stay happy and relax and don't stress as much, because I think I have some few tips that maybe could help a few people that because when you start suffering from anxiety, depression, and like panic attacks, it can be very overwhelming, and you just don't know what I just remember going from one doctor to another and looking for, I remember I was going from the doctor and to doctor, and I was just hoping that someone will say, yeah, you have this, take these pills and you will be great. But this sadly doesn't work like that. So yeah, it was like I said, it was a huge and long journey for me. So yeah, if anyone needs some tips and what can you do when you feel down and stressed, and when you feel like this panic attack is coming, yeah, you can I have few tips. I even I, I was yesterday, because I've met for the first time my sister and her children. I was babysitting her children, and even yesterday I had like a tiny panic attack when I was with the kids. uh, it's it was Thankfully it was tiny, so I didn't have to phone anyone. I just composed myself and went and was okay. The kids even didn't notice, because that's what we do also. We act we act like everything is fine, like nothing is happening, and yeah, we are trying to show that everything is cool and we are just great. And yeah, and I remember I was acting like that for a very long time, as long as I could. But yeah, at one point you just cannot act any longer, and you just need to speak up and to say that you are hurting very much inside. Anyway, okay, too much about this depressed topic, and if you would like to hear about that more, please let me know in like is. Um, just in private, and I can do this in some other time. uh, Jesus, I started from what it is to write and tips on the blog. Anyway, so yeah, like I've mentioned this before, you need to be, open, honest with your audience. You need to know what you want to write about. You need to be at least very knowledgeable about the topic. You need to be very dedicated. You need to be you need to really make like a commitment to that topic if you want to, of course, succeed, and if you want to be, if you want people to notice what you are writing. Because yeah, it's first, for me, it started like something like a fun little project. I never even thought that it will be, even the royal blog, that it will be so successful, that I will be having this audience, that I will be having so many even friends from reporters, real reporters and photographers. So yeah, it was, it started like a tiny project for myself, and it went from there. So yeah, but when you are dedicated, when you love the subject that you are writing about, when you believe in something, when you really want to put a spotlight on something, I think you are you can make really an impact on your readers. And yeah, and just be open, honest. And I will say this again, you have to be very careful with photographs that you are putting out there. It's different when it comes to Instagram. I'm still mad for people when they are, just reposting without any source or indication where they find the pictures, who took them, or the videos. You need to be give credit where the credit is due. Your words are copyrighted, your photographs are copyrighted, your videos are, everything is copyrighted. So yeah, you just cannot take something for granted. You just cannot take it and just put it out there because you feel like this. It can, especially on the blog, it can come and hunt you and bite you in the ass. I remember a friend of mine put a paparazzi photo on the blog, and someone reported her to that paparazzi, and yeah, she had to put her whole blog down about a year of work. And yeah, so and there were some repercussions for her. And yeah, you can be even, they can even charge you money for a theft of a photo. So yeah, you can be very careful with photographs. So yeah, when you start a blog, you need to, that's what I do. That's why I ask everyone about the photographs, because I know how important it is, and I know how much time it takes and effort, to just go somewhere to take a good photo, to or to write something. So yeah, I ask every time I ask about a photo, about words, about me being able to use something on my blog. Thank you so much. So yeah, just remember about that. Even when you are posting something to the Instagram or Facebook, you still need to be very careful. That's why I don't post pictures of LP in the gallery on my Facebook. I don't do that because I know how copyright works. I know that there are people who are using photos just here and there, and without any indication of the source. And it doesn't work like that. So you just have to be very careful. So yeah, I don't know if I covered the subject very good, but yeah, if you are dedicated, if you know your audience, if you know the person that you are writing about, if you feel strongly about this topic, and if you are open and honest with yourself and your audience, and if you are speaking and writing from your heart, I think you have a good chance of succeeding and finding that place. This blog became a platform for me, for my own thoughts, and for the release of what's going on in my head. So yeah, I hope that people find it useful. And it can be hard for me sometimes, because sometimes I feel like I'm putting much more that I'm getting back, but but I know it isn't the case. Sometimes even I follow so many people, and I know that you cannot comment on every post, on you cannot just message me every time. I cannot even answer on every email in detail as much as I wish. So yeah, it can be hard. It can be very daunting. It can be very, stressful, especially if you are a person like myself. I'm a Capricorn. And I'm a 7. I don't know if you are interested in numerology. So yeah, check 7. Number 7, and you will know a little more about me and my perfectionism and how much work and thought I put into every blog and into every post. And so yeah, I even, because I was so I felt bad because of blocking some of the fan pages on my IMLP blog on my Instagram, because there is so much noise that it's really very easy to miss something for me. And it was very stressing me out that because of the so many reposts and just videos and photos posted without any just words, just people just can post like even 20-30 photos per day. Yes, I know that it is possible to copy photos from Instagram. I understand. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just I'm always stressed that I will miss something important, and that was the only reason that I blocked so many LP fan pages. I've decided to unblock all those fan pages at the moment, and I have like another account where I am just for only for my work, where I am trying to stay up to date. It's just private for me, so yeah, I think this will work better, and it will help me to not to stress so much and not to stress about missing something important. So yeah, Jesus, I'm speaking so long about this topic, but it is I take this work. I take this as a work. I take it very seriously, especially because now that this project has been almost like 4 years now. So yeah, I know that many people are counting on me, and I know that many people are tuning into my blog and looking for that specific information, and I'm just trying to do as best job as possible. LP's birthday is on 18 March. How am I today? I was very down earlier today. It's like I have these mood swings. I can be very happy, and at the same time, in like a couple of hours, I can be very down. I wasn't feeling, even to. I was just, thinking about if I should do this live or not, because I have this like longer period of break, but I've decided no, I promise, so I have to do this. So yeah. I'm usually stressed before I'm starting the talking, but now even I think I'm doing quite good. So I think at least some of you will find some of that interesting. So yeah, I think I don't know, maybe few of you who are watching will find this interesting and insightful, and just helpful. And it's always also, I think I need sometimes I need to push myself from a comfort zone. And I wish I could be more happy and outgoing and open, just be more cool about it, like Lauren is. But I'm not a performer. I don't do this very often. So yeah, but I think it is important, for me to stay in this touch. And it's also a great tool, and it's great to when you can meet the person behind the blog. Yeah, let's not speak about that, okay? Do you have some tattoo made by LP? Yes, I have. she didn't do it by herself. She wrote this. I've showed this those tattoo earlier. I have Dreamcatcher. It was written in LP's writing. She wrote this on the. This was written on the card from my friend, and I have another one on my back. Sorry. It's here. I don't know if you will see it. I don't know, I cannot show it very well, but it's LP's signature, and she wrote this on my back, and I tattooed it like 2 days later. It was done in Ostrava after the festival, when after the first interview I did for with LP, sorry. So yeah, it was after Ostrava, and it's like a huge reminder for me. Yeah, I remember when I showed this tattoo to my friends, because even when LP was asking me if I'm really certain if I want to do this tattoo. Because, when you look at me, I'm not someone like who looks like you should be getting a tattoo. Maybe it's not a great idea. But yeah, I've decided that I really want to do it. And when I showed this tattoo to my friends, they was like, "Are you sure is it really real? Are you really have you really done this?" And yeah, I was like, "No, it's just she wrote this in my in a pen, and I've been just haven't been washing in for like 3 years." Yeah, so I was joking like that, but yeah, I have her signature on my back. Do I speak in Russian? I used to know Russian. I used to speak and write in Russian and read in Russian, but it was in when I was in primary school. But after primary school, I didn't use it anymore, and I just forgot about how you even speak and write in Russian. So yeah, I'm sorry. I used to know, but now I cannot remember anything for life. Thank you so much. I will try to check if there are any questions. I will also check a question box. Sorry, if someone asks me anything in the comment section, please please just post it again, so maybe I won't miss it. No problem. I understand that you are thanking me for the blog. It's just we can do this. Even I sometimes write something and then what have I written there? It's stupid. Okay. Exact date of engagement is 7 July 2018. 2018? Yeah, it couldn't be. I think 2018, but 7 July. Jesus, I think 2018. I'm not sure now. Her earring reminds her of an old friend, right? No, yeah. It reminds her of a friend, but it wasn't like that. She just received this earring, the cross earring, from a friend, and she just been wearing it. And it's not because of a friend. It's just she just like it, and she feels like. LP is a person, when she likes something, she can wear it all the time, and I think she just loved this earring, and it's like a trademark for her. What age she was on the video live of Perfect? I don't know, sorry. I don't remember. The Lawrence Black Gibson, it was LP's guitar, right? I think so, yeah. I know that LP has several guitars. I know there is this brown guitar that it's very old, and you can see LP from I think 2008 videos that she's playing this guitar, and she still have it, and Lauren often borrows it. So I think yeah, they share their instruments often. I know that Lauren usually borrows that guitar. She loves this guitar, but not for uh, when they are performing. They are using either some other instruments. But yeah, when they are working at home, they are using those older instruments. Yeah, it could be at yeah. Yes, I think you are right. It has since seven. Yeah, it makes sense. It was 7 July 2017, not 2018. That's their engagement date, 2017. I think they engaged because Lauren already left when I was in Ostrava. I know that it was somewhere in the Europe. I would have to check, but if you will go to my blog and check the date, 7 July, you will know what day. It was some festival. LP was playing, and Lauren was with her, and it was Lauren who asked LP to marry her. My favorite LP song is. I have so many. One of my favorites is "It's All Good." It's unreleased. I'm still bugging LP about releasing the song. I love Dreamcatcher. I love Strange. I love Muddy Waters. I just love so many songs. I love Cadillac Live. I love her older songs. Yeah, I love. I was lucky to listen to LP first CD she ever made. So yeah, I love those songs very much, and I wish you could listen to those songs as well because even back then LP was already powerful and very incredible with her voice and words. So yeah, I wish you could all hear those songs as well. Okay, let me check. Are there any fun stories on my blog that made a big impact on you? If so, which one? There were many. I remember, every time I write about someone, yeah, Cling to Me is also great. LP is one of the artists that there isn't a song that I would skip. I love her song, each and every one. So yeah, of course, some are staying with me a lot longer. But yeah, she's this type of artist that she puts so much time and consideration into each and every song that it's just great to hear her sing whatever she produced and whatever she released. So yeah. As for fun stories, I remember many of those because usually those are stories about LP changing someone's lives, about making someone more open, more happy. Sorry, I'm distracted by the question about Elias. Yes, I know that no, Elias didn't went to another band. I really don't know what happened. I think I really don't know what happened. I never asked LP about Elias. I just felt like, it's not my time and place, and I shouldn't ask LP about what happened. But yeah, I have no idea why he left. Even if he left or he was fired, I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly don't know. He was really great. But he was very into women, so maybe that was a problem, but I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, about fan stories, I remember this one story in particular. I remember many stories from fans, but I remember this one story in particular when someone re-met LP after 20 years, at first without realizing that it was the person that she used to go and to listen to. I don't remember this person's name. I know that we are friends on Facebook. She used to go to this bar, Henrietta bar, I think, in New York City, and where LP was. Jesus, what was LP doing in New York City? bartender. Yeah, she was a bartender. Oh my god, I forgot. She was going to that club, and LP was there a bartender, and she used to perform there with her own band at the time. So yeah, she remembered this person, but then they lost touch. Of course, LP moved to LA and so on, and then she found the singer on the radio, the Lost on You, and only after I think a year later she realized that LP is the same person that she used to, yeah, Henrietta Hudson, and that's why that it is the same person that she used to go to Henrietta Hudson in New York, and yeah, so it was it's great how sometimes the life works and how we meet some people on our life path. So yeah, it was one of the greatest story I ever heard. Why have I fall in love with LP? Because she is very. I feel the same empathy level, the same sensitiveness, the same. It's because she's very real and open and honest, and just I'm so tired I'm so sick of of people being fake and phony and just acting. And Elpilas was like a breath of fresh air, and she was just she just made a huge impact on me, and she just opened my eyes on many things. So yeah, I think that's why she just, because of her, it's like I said, she has this she makes you connect with her. She makes you understand. She makes you heal with her songs and with her voice. So yeah, I think that's why. It's something you just know this in your heart. Yeah, it's like someone wrote, "Je suis." She's real. Yeah, she does really real. She's not fake and phony, and I was looking for that, for someone who is really real, open and honest. And yeah, I'm just sick and tired of being lied and just those fake people that used to surround me. And yeah, so it was like a really great an eye-opener for me. Let's check my favorite 60s band. I love the Doors. I love them. Jim Morrison was a very charismatic person. I recently started watching Mindhunter because I've tried to watch it a few times, but I've never committed to it. And this time I just sat and watched, and I was amazed. There are so many great bands in the old. Oh, sorry, I'm distracted again. I will try to cover your question, Joel. So yeah, there are many great bands in the 60s and in the 70s. So many great music. But yeah, I think the Doors just now came up to my mind. But yeah, there are many more bands that I love. But yeah, the Doors and Jim Morrison made also great, huge impact. Blondie, yeah, I love Blondie, of course. Does LP management? Okay, I have to finish. Do you want me to finish today or to get back again? I'm from Poland. Because I still have many questions left. So I don't know. I have like 1 minute left. Maybe I will do another time, because I've been talking for 1 hour straight, and maybe you need some other places and things to do. Should I come back? I don't know. Get back, please, when you can. Okay, I will end this now, and I will get back shortly.